Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on The Take on this Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Let's get to the big story. The big story this week, man, oh man, what big story we have for you coming up. The big story here, and what big story it was. Well, we know that the makers of Tylenol, we can show you that right here. The Trump administration saying, and the Health and Human Services Health Department as well, Human Services Department saying Tylenol is not good for especially pregnant women, saying that it risks and causes autism, which we Tylenol and a lot of other scientists are saying that that is not true. But the Trump administration was continue on saying that everything is true for the health of women and pregnant women when they don't have the facts. And you can see right here, we looking around the shelves and stuff just to see if we can see a Tylenol brand or something like that. But you can see right here the Trump administration trying to make things up as they go. Well, let's hear from the horse's mouth President Donald Trump about Tylenol affecting pregnant women, causing them to have kids with autism right here, right now.
For some reason, with this, they keep taking it. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born.
What kind of, I mean, this is the most, I can't even say something already. This is the most ignorant president we ever had saying something like that, saying don't take Tylenol.
For
Let's
some
look at that.
reason, with this, they keep taking it. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born.
All right, that's the most ignorant comment I ever heard from a president about Tylenol. Everybody take Tylenol. It's an ibuprofen. It helps stress and relieve. It don't have no. We don't know for real that Tylenol is affecting pregnant women. That's just so. I don't know why is he making things up as he go. Is he trying to deflect or what? I mean, come on, man. You really are a piece of work. Speaking of him, he went down there. This right here when he went to the United Nations and made an embarrassment out of himself. You just won't believe what this imbecile did to the United Nations. Take a look.
Many years ago, a very successful real estate developer in New York, known as Donald J. Trump, I bid on the renovation and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about, I'm going to give you marble floors. They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything. You're going to have mahogany walls. They're going to give you plastic. But they decided to go in another direction, which was much more expensive at the time, and which actually produced a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know what they were doing when it came to construction, and that their building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns. Well, I turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo. Do you notice that? As far as I'm concerned, frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago. The project was so corrupt that Congress actually asked me to testify before them on the tremendous waste of money, because it turned out that they had no idea what it was, but they knew it was anywhere between $2 and $4 billion as opposed to $500 million with a guarantee. But they had no idea, and I said it cost much more than $5 billion. Unfortunately, many things in the United Nations are happening just like that, but on an even much bigger scale, much, much bigger. Very sad to see.
This calm man talking about himself, prides himself on what he did when he before becoming president, saying about he was a astute businessman. Donald Trump took a loan from his dad to start his business. He took a $1 million loan, and he thinks in his feeble-headed mind, this incapacitated mind, that he is doing something right by just bragging about himself to UN rather than talking about world affairs. He wants to brag about himself. But beforehand, the Donald did not want to feel embarrassed and felt that he got sabotaged with this. Oh, that's so sad for Melania. She was trying to walk up there, but the president and the first lady got embarrassed. The president felt like, who did this to him when the escalade just stopped? Felt like someone tried to set him up. Let's look at it one more time, please.
Mr. President, any deals with Zelensky and Putin? 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 Mr. President.
The president was trying to go to Escalade. He felt some type of way about that, but I mean, yeah, what can you do, Donald? You did it to yourself, and it didn't stop there. He even went along with it again with this.
Mr. President, what's next for Russia? Mr. President, do you think Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President.
Good meeting concerning Gaza. It was a very successful meeting with all of the big players, except for Israel. That's going to be next. And I think
Where? I don't know where.
in Gaza. But it was a very good meeting with great leaders. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, you said the sanctions. Thank you, Mr. President. The end of the regime of Nicolas Maduro is near.
President Donald Trump felt embarrassed and stuff this whole week talking about
For
this.
some reason, with this, they keep taking it. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it.
He said, "Don't take Tylenol," and then he went from being embarrassed at the Escalade.
Mr. President, any deals with Zelensky and Putin? Mr. President, any deals with Zelensky and Putin?
The president had a real bad week this week, but hopefully he'll get his act together next week. But hey, that's Trump for you right there. But we move on to another thing. We move on to um talk shows this week. On talk shows this week. Well, talk show it was Jimmy Kimmel returned. And you see right here, Jimmy Kimmel returned due to the president's dismay. The Jimmy Kimmel returned back to late night TV after a week being suspended by ABC. Kimmel wanted to show that he didn't want to take light and make fun of Charlie Kirk's death and his wife's grieving. Jimmy Kimmel returned and he took his attention to the president about the president's mishandlings of him and his FCC chair, Brendan Carr. Jimmy Kimmel returned and had a whopping 6.3 million people Tuesday watched his show, even though that Sinclair and Nexstar are still actively dropped Kimmel. Kimmel still had a higher boost amongst coming back months on the online with YouTube and stuff. Get on it, Sinclair and Nexstar. You got a lot to worry about, but hey, that's what they want to do. So hey, it's what it is. But I know he's not happy about that one bit. I know that for a fact. So like we said, the president getting himself together and said by the president. President probably felt like, man. President probably felt like, good God, what I'm doing. What? Hey, so you see that as well. So Jimmy Kimmel back. Good for Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that. All right, we move on from there to on the Jennifer Hudson show. We can go if we can show Jennifer Hudson right quick. On the Jennifer Hudson show, J Hood talked about Teyana. She talked to Teyana Taylor about Aaron Pierre. Here's what J Hood
earlier,
said.
Aaron Pierre, I was talking about Aaron Pierre on the show. Teyana, girl, yes, honey. Look at her, she's getting shy now. She's like, oh, it's coming. Y'all can clap. I need to know from you, what was it like when you saw his viral spirit tunnel?
You want to know how it was for me?
What was it like, Regina? What you got, girl?
No, it was impressive.
It was impressive.
It was impressive.
Elaborate. Somebody said yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you. You know, well, he's very handsome.
Yes, ma'am.
And yeah, you know, and he looks blessed.
Now. You're used to that.
He said
But
that.
you know what's crazy? You have to understand that this is my Sagittarius sister, and please don't mind her, you guys. This is how we play. She said when we get out here, I'm gonna answer this because I'm the real Teyana, and it's so crazy because I feel like I'm happy that you answered first because what I was gonna say was far more inappropriate. So the way you worded it,
No. What were you going to say?
the way you worded it was just perfect. The way she worded it was perfect.
Oh, and how would you have
Look
worded it?
blessed on that tunnel. I mean, I say in the name of Jesus, I pray, amen. Like yeah. That was,
Well, I take it you
in the
enjoyed.
name of Jesus.
I take it you enjoyed the spirit tunnel.
I enjoyed the
It's
spirit. I
okay.
enjoyed the tunnel. I enjoyed
All right, you heard from Teyana Taylor. They basically just said Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre having sex. We know that. We kind of figured that as we went down. But Teyana Taylor, blessed. She better hope to keep him because, you know, he's popular, but I mean, he's Mustafa. But, you know, somebody will probably sway him and stuff like that. But Teyana Taylor's going to keep her claws on him regardless. No way, no how. Good for Teyana Taylor. She found love after what happened to her. But speaking of J Hood, J had more guesses. Remember her American Idol judge, Simon Cowell? Well, he made appearance on the show, and here's what Simon had to say.
I see the smile on your your face. You love changing lives, huh?
Well, you know what? I tell you what it is. I love it when I see something brilliant and I've never seen anything like that before.
Yes.
And that particular act, they're from Brazil, and they do this thing combined with dance and light and graphics, and it is genuinely mind-blowing. Apart from their name, Lightwire. They need something better.
Oh.
I mean, if anyone's got a suggestion, just let me know.
Okay.
Because it just sounds a bit, it's almost like like someone to fix your electricity or something. You know, it doesn't sound like they look.
I love this. This is the true essence of Simon. Okay, is that what goes through your mind? And let me ask this. How important is branding, like a name, in contrast to the talent? Like, that matters a lot, but the name.
I think it's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I think, you know, when you're brilliant, yeah, you've got to have a great name.
Yes.
And Lightwire, no.
I love that. I love that.
They are brilliant apart from that.
Yes. You know, when Simon knows, he knows.
All right. You saw Jennifer Hudson and Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell is one of the greatest mentors. Simon knows his stuff. Simon knows his thing. And one thing about Simon Cowell, he will put everything on you if he really truly believes in you. That's good for Simon Cowell and stuff. Well, we move on forward from there. We're on to the Today Show. On the Today Show, meanwhile, Teyana Taylor was on Today Show. Here's what she had to say about her new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Take a look.
Yeah, we actually met at Miss Diana Ross's birthday party.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to say almost 10 years ago. Yeah, and I love Miss Diana, so I came in my wig. I came in theme. I was a dream girl, you hear me? I had on my wig and I had on my dress, and I was just having the time. Yeah. And I think I might have hit him with my hair. I might have like... With the wig. No, by accident. When I tell you, she was on that stage, I didn't care who was to the front, left, right, back. I didn't care. I was like, yes, you're moving. Exactly. And I turned around and he was just grilling me and chewing this invisible gum, and I started grilling him.
Chewing invisible gum?
Yeah, we have this little inside thing that we do. That's why we do it to this day. So he was just like, and I was like, you know what? That's my homie. This is my homie. We clicked immediately.
She's Teyana Taylor talking about her and her play for antics with actor Leonardo DiCaprio on everything he's going to do. But it was more Teyana Taylor had more to say. Let's listen.
I was on a very long road trip and the traffic was crazy. And I would have never thought in a million years PTA would like personally call me. Yeah. So to get a call from him, he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, who is this? Who is this? This has been a long day. Yeah. And he's like, this is PTA. And I instantly like, hey, what's going on? How are you? This is the best road trip of my life. You know, the best road trip of my life. Yeah, and we kind of just took it from there. Like, it was amazing.
Teyana Taylor doing a lot of amazing things, and Teyana Taylor is that amazing. She's an amazing actress, amazing dancer. She's good. All right, we move on to Tamron Hall. On Tamron Hall brought back a soap opera that used to be on soap operas and stuff like that. Now he's doing the skin line. Jesse Metcalf. I can't believe what Jesse Metcalf's doing, and I'm kind of shocked what Jesse Metcalf was doing. I'm kind of like, whoa, Jesse Metcalf doing that? Here's what Jesse had to say about this new skin line.
People were constantly asking me on the red carpet about my skincare routine and complimenting me and saying that I look a lot younger than I actually am, and I was like, which is nice to hear. Thank you so much, fishing for a compliment. So I was like, this would be a really authentic extension of, you know, my persona, my brand.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna do this.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna take my knowledge.
You're gonna roll your sleeves up and get it done.
The knowledge I gained from my mom, the knowledge I gained from, you know, dealing with acne as a teenager, the knowledge I gained from being in front of the camera for 25 plus years, and I'm gonna formulate some products.
And you came up with a 4-step routine. All right, take us through the steps.
Okay,
here.
well, sure. This is the daily exfoliating facial cleanser.
Okay.
This has glycolic acid in it, which is an industry staple and one of the most effective topicals out there for exfoliating the skin for cellular turnover.
Okay.
The next product you would typically use, in this 4-step routine is the purifying vitamin C serum. This has 20% L-ascorbic acid, which is the gold standard of vitamin C.
Look at you just spouting off all this good information.
It also has hyaluronic acid, which is incredibly hydrating. This really plumps the skin, evens out your skin tone. And then the next product, this is really the order. Then this is really our star product right here, the anti-aging under eye serum. This has a peptide complex in it called Matrixyl 3000. Which pumps up collagen production by like up to 350%.
Wow.
It also has something called L-arginine in it, which relaxes the muscles underneath the eye to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is the restoring moisturizer, which is just super hydrating.
Yeah. I love that you really have dove into this, because if we were at a makeup counter, I would have bought everything you just said. I'm just going to be very honest.
I would never have thought Jesse Metcalf would been from Hollywood actor, whatever they want to say, hunk or whatever they want to call it, until a skincare aficionado. Jesse Metcalf now doing skincare line. I mean, he still look the same. He still look different. He still look the same. Ain't nothing changed. It's been 20 years and stuff. But here's more Jesse had to say.
We would never have known you battled acne as a child.
I did.
As a teenager.
Yeah.
I think we have a picture early on.
Oh, yeah. It's not that bad. It's a nice grainy photo, so you can't really tell. No, I mean, it really did a number on my self-confidence. Right when I was getting into Hollywood, I think it was all the heavy makeup, like you mentioned in my intro.
And you said it affected your self-esteem.
Oh, yeah, 100% in high school. I mean, I didn't even want to go to school some days.
Wow.
Luckily, I was raised, for the majority of my childhood by a single mom.
Your mom, Nancy.
My mom, Nancy, who knew a lot about beauty.
Really?
Okay, So she would take me to the esthetician once a month, and that's when I kind of got introduced to a lot of these topicals that I incorporated into my skincare line.
All right, Jesse Metcalf talking about his developing years, getting acne, and now Jesse Metcalf now a skincare aficionado, I guess you know how that go. Well, that's Jesse Metcalf right there for you. All right. On celebrity news, if we can show celebrity news right quick. On celebrity news, right quick. Man, you won't believe this. Congratulations in order to this lady right here, singer Rihanna right here, welcoming her third child, a daughter named Rocky. Rocky, along with Rihanna and her partner, ASAP Rocky. There you go. Mom, dad, and the other kids are happy. Rihanna finally completed her family trilogy, and Rihanna now officially a mom of 3, 2 boys and 1 girl. Congratulations, Rihanna, on this humble honor. We'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere here on the Take. Welcome back to the Take. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dixie. Glad you can join us on the Take on this Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Let's get to right now the political rundown. We can go to the political rundown right quick. What a political rundown it is. We're still talking about, continuing on about the Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump situation. As we know, Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump tried to have Jimmy Kimmel censored, and Jimmy Kimmel wasn't having all that with Donald Trump and stuff like that. We want to hear what the people were saying, reacting to it. Let's hear what the people were saying here right now.
You got to tune in. We got to give him ratings tonight because he's a national hero. He's standing up for our First Amendment, and America should be watching because he said some incredible stuff tonight.
What was the atmosphere like in there?
What was the energy? Electric. It was amazing.
He said the right thing tonight. I think he said the exact perfect thing tonight. He made sure that everybody knew that he was not making fun of the tragedy of Charlie Kirk's murder. And he wanted everybody to make sure that that was not his intent whatsoever. And so he apologized for that, but he did want to make sure that that message was very, very clear. And he praised Charlie Kirk's wife for exhibiting such Christian values, for saying, I forgive the guy that killed my husband. And he says, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what we should all be like. Because he said, that's what Christ would do. So it was a very moving moment. I got very emotional, and so did my wife. But then we went back to hitting at the administration. So, I mean, it was there, and it was very human, and it was very emotional. But then it was back to Jimmy Kimmel.
I mean, it was a little bit more emotional than I expected, actually. And he really, really just talked about his experience. And I think that was really, really cool and really great because he was near to tears, I think, and really emotional. So I think it came out really real for him as well. So, yeah, I think it was great.
Of course, people have said, there's been a whole debate whether or not he should have apologized or not. Did you hear an apology? Did the words sorry come out of his mouth at all?
No, not really. I mean, he really said again that he didn't make a joke about, a murdered person, and really just made a joke about the reaction from Donald Trump, and didn't want to make fun of Charlie Kirk at all. I think he emphasized that more than I thought, but yeah, it was, yeah.
Beep. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. We saw that more with Donald Trump. Now we've seen the fans telling that Jimmy Kimmel about his First Amendment right and what Jimmy Kimmel had to say, which it was, and Jimmy Kimmel shouldn't be censored by the government nowhere. Even Ted Cruz said something. We've been a long time critic of Jimmy Kimmel, and this be backfire against conservatives. Well, it was even more. Let's see what more people had to say. Yo. Well, you guys.
At times,
Well, let's see. It is. Let's
it
look
was
at this
never
real
my
quick.
intention to make light of the murder of a young man. Jimmy Kimmel made his return to late night with a passionate defense of free speech. I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway. Last week, ABC suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live following criticism from FCC Chairman Brendan Carr and TV station ownership companies Sinclair and Nexstar over Kimmel's comments about the man charged with killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Announcing Kimmel's return, ABC called the jokes ill-timed and insensitive. Just an hour before last night's broadcast, President Trump, in a scathing post on social media, said the show had bad ratings, accused the host of being an arm of the Democratic Party, and appeared to threaten to sue ABC again, alluding to a defamation suit he settled with the network last year. The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. Charlie Kirk's supporters expressed disappointment over Disney's decision.
I can't believe they're letting him back on the air.
People in the audience called the atmosphere electric.
I felt like he spoke from the heart, he was honest, and he said what we were all thinking.
But millions couldn't see the show, with Nexstar and Sinclair preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live, blocking it from nearly a quarter of American households. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York. When we come back.
All right, you heard from there about Donald Trump. He's the president. He can say what he wants to say. He got free speech. Saying all that crazy stuff that he's been saying and stuff.
For some reason,
like this.
With this, they keep taking it. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy.
Won't be as easy, but the president got to realize he can't do that as well. He got free speech. He can just say anything too. He just said that crazy stuff, falsehoods about Tylenol to pregnant women. So the president has free speech just to say what he want to say and believe what he want to believe. He got to do the same and respect Jimmy Kimmel, but he's just too a little bit fragile and stuff at the moment. But president will be all right. And, but speaking of his vice president, JD Vance answering questions about the recent sniper shooting going on in Dallas. Let's take a look what JD Vance had to say.
You can square your fervent belief in free speech with what's going on now with Jimmy Kimmel and the FCC pressure. I'd love to hear your thoughts on both of those.
Well, look, on the free speech conversation, I'm pretty sure that Jimmy Kimmel was back on the air last.
You can square your fervent belief in free speech with what's going on now with Jimmy Kimmel and the FCC pressure. I'd love to hear your thoughts on both of those.
Well, look, on the free speech conversation, I'm pretty sure that Jimmy Kimmel was back on the air last night. And to the extent that he's not back on the air, it's because he's not funny and has terrible ratings. This is not a federal government problem. This is... And Kid, I want to answer your question in good faith. What people will say is, well, you know, didn't the FCC commissioner put a tweet out that said something bad? Well, Kid, compare that, the FCC commissioner making a joke on social media. What is the government action that the Trump administration has engaged in to kick Jimmy Kimmel or anybody else off the air? Zero. What government pressure have we brought to bear to tell people that they're not allowed to speak their mind? Zero. We believe in free speech in the Trump administration. We are fighting every single day to protect it. Now compare that to the Biden administration, where we found out just yesterday that conservatives on YouTube and on a number of social media platforms were being censored. Why? Because the Biden administration picked up the phone and said, we want you to censor our political opponents. That is real government censorship, and it left the White House when Joe Biden left the White House.
I don't know what to believe with him. He's just talking out his head, just like his boss is doing. I mean, regardless, Democrat, Republican, or independent, black, white, gay, straight, you name it, you got a right for free speech, no matter what. You can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. No one shouldn't question your opinion or views and beliefs on anybody, and no one cannot put their opinions on you or their views and beliefs on you, regardless. So you have that right. He got to learn to be a little bit better off with constructive criticism.
For some reason, with this, they keep taking it. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it.
Don't you take it, because don't you take someone else's right of free speech. Learn to listen and move forward. That's what I'm saying. Do that. Can you do that before the end of the year, man? I'm telling you, you'll be a better person off with it. All right. And finally, let's see this right quick. Sketches. This is the sketches right here that you're seeing right here. I'm gonna do this for Newsies. On Newsies this week, speaking of Trump, it's been a Trump field show. Speaking of that on Newsies, the man that was that tried to be the would-be assassin and tried to take out President Trump when President Trump was trying to go on his campaign rally last year has been sentenced. This President Trump like to call him a whack job. This is what he is, a whack job. This whack job. This is sketches of it right here that you're seeing of it. That what he's doing, he's listening here. I mean, this man really got nothing going on for him. You can tell right here they was trying to charge him, and they charged him to the full max. They charged him with a book for trying to take out President Trump. He was unsuccessful at doing so. Guess he learned his lesson. He said, ooh, man, what's going on with that? But hey, it is what it is on that. All right. And we get down to celebrity news. In celebrity news this week, we know that Cardi B is promoting her album Cardi B's trying to get the masses out there going. And one day, my Cardi B should promote that new album. Here's footage of Cardi B trying to promote her album. And here's what reactions from the fans.
This heat is too much, so I'm trying not to pass out. I'm a big Cardi B fan, so I'm really excited to, have this moment.
She is involving the people. I am here, literally. I got off of work early.
It's really nice that she's coming to actually meet and greet the community, the people that love her, the people that support her.
All right, you heard from that Cardi B trying to do a promotional tour. She's been doing a lot of media rounds while pregnant. She's pregnant with a fourth child with NFL wide receiver Stephon Diggs, and Cardi B's trying to get the word of mouth and trying to get folks to buy. I think her album right now is platinum. Heard a little bit of the tracks, some of it good, some so-so, some got some beats to it. I think Cardi B's trying to, and she got a feature with Janet Jackson. Got to hear that, but the rest of them she got Up and WAP on there. I mean, songs that was like nearly 4-5 years ago that she's now want to add to her into the second album, which she could have been done that with. She should be on her at least fourth album, to be honest. She's on her fourth baby. She should be on her fourth album by now, within 7 years. So, like I said, call it what you want to call it, but Cardi B, she's a marketing genius, but sometimes you got to also wonder what she's got going up her sleeve all the time. So it is what it is. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this edition of The Take. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of The Take.
With this, they keep taking it. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born.